Good morning. Welcome to Granny Pants Channel, aka Snap Vegan, aka Cathy. Came across the news line last night that the Postal Service is going to be denying packages from China and mail. And I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking. And then today, just now, I get this breaking news story that the United States Postal Office Service restores delivery. Okay, we can't have that right now. My phone's ringing off the hook. The U.S. Postal Service restores delivery of incoming parcels from China and Hong Kong. Let me read this to you. The U.S. Postal Service on Wednesday morning announced it will continue accepting incoming international parcels from China and Hong Kong after announcing late Tuesday night that they would suspend them. Although no reason was given for the initial suspension of package deliveries from China, the Postal Service suggested Wednesday it was related to new tariffs imposed Tuesday and elimination of the de minimis exemption that had allowed anyone, including exporters, to ship packages worth less than $800 to the United States without duties or needing to undergo inspections. Inspecting incoming parcels to collect the new import taxes would prove extremely difficult. Okay, so they changed their mind on that. And I thought, this is the classic penile measuring contest, is what it is. From that orange Mussolini and Mr. Ping, Gigi, whichever comes first, Gigi or the Ping. So, who's more powerful? Mr. Ping? Mr. Orange Mussolini? Oops, back here. Or, shoot, I can't position myself. Or the American consumer. Let me get out of the way here. American consumer. Us. Who's more powerful? Let's get the ruler out, shall we? Okay, so. But do we know it? I know it. And as far as this tariff business goes, 25% here, 25% there. Yeah, a president can put on a tariff, but he has to have a good reason. And as far as like Mexico goes and Canada goes, you want to build more houses, supposedly, Mr. Mussolini. Well, the lumber comes from Canada because our federal lands and forestry services and what have you are being limited on what they can do because of the environmental hazards of removing our oxygen makers from our land. So, I don't know. I think we're more powerful, and here's how. You don't have to buy what they're selling. I think in this near future, we're going to have to decide what's a need and what's a want. And it's not going to be too much longer, maybe another month or so, where the local farmers are going to be participating in your farmers markets in your community. That food comes from them. It's their prices. Cautionary measure, don't let them rip you off either. if it's not packaged by them, for them, grown by them, don't buy it either. We are the consumers. We decide who rips us off and who doesn't. Because if we refuse to buy what they're selling, they have no choice but to lower their prices. And yes, if they buy from avocados from Mexico or lumber or maple syrup or shoes or whatever else anybody else is in the middle of a trade war for, just don't buy it. Be happy with what you have. Use what you have for now. Because I have a strong notion that many of you have already called your senator. You've already called your House of Representatives person. And what's Elon Musk and 20-year-olds with no clearance getting access to our Social Security information, our payout systems, our Medicare, our Medicaid, SSI, disability? They're in the payout system. They already have your Social Security number, your name, your address, your age, your race. They already have that. They already have it. And it's all illegal. I need you to know that. Elon Musk is not elected. DOGE has not been a department that has been approved by Congress, which is the only way one can be formed. Trump can't just say, oh, I'm creating a new department. It's going to be special, though. It's only going to be 120 days. That still has to be approved and authorized by the Congress. He cannot freeze payments that have already been authorized and approved and allocated by Congress. But here's what he's doing. In his executive orders, if you read them, there's 3 little words within the law that somebody was smart in the counsel's office to say, you better put that in there just in case. Because it might say that, but then he tells his acting people, acting director, acting whatever, OMB, whatever it is, you go do this. And what they're not reading is within the law. And they're going ape crap crazy with this baloney. And then, yes, a court will injunct them, say, nope, restraining order, can't do that. You can't fire all these people either, because the civil service protection laws say you have to give Congress a 30-day notice that you want to fire specific people, and you need to have a good reason. And that was put into law in 2022 by Biden with a very slim Democratic majority. So, thank you, Joe. But what he's doing by ordering the firing of all this and the collection of information for anybody that worked on the January 6th case is illegal. It's against the Privacy Act. It's against the Civil Servant Protection Act. It's all illegal. And where are the Republicans speaking out about this? Right now on C-SPAN, you can see the Oversight Committee in a big argument about someone wanted to subpoena Elon Musk into the committee to answer questions on where he got the authority to do what he's doing. And the Republican chairman, Mr. Comer, oh, no, out of order, blah, 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 blah. And it's not out of order. So what we're going to do, you need to stop voting for Republicans. That's what you need to do. At least for the next 3 elections, you need to absolutely on no level vote for a Republican. We tried to tell you. We tried to tell you. And anybody that says, oh, well, he has the right to do that. He's a businessman. He knows what he's doing. No, he doesn't. Every single executive order, and you can find them at whitehouse.gov under executive action, is listed there. And everything he is trying to direct to have happen is illegal. He's trying to freeze money that's been appropriated by Congress. He can't do it. He don't have the authority to do it. And neither do the acting or, participants of his new administration. They don't have the authority to either, because Congress controls the purse. So the DOJ committee, the DOJ department is not legal. It's not legal. And we're going to just sit here and we're going to let that happen? Every single day, something new comes up. And now Doge and Elon and his 6 little 20-somethings and a 19-year-old that doesn't have a clearance, security or otherwise, except for a pass to get into the White House, are in our private information. It's Social Security, OMB, Treasury, and the Veterans Administration. And I'm a veteran, although I'm not a part of the VA system because I'm a woman, and at the time I served, they didn't let that happen. But it's illegal. Now, who's more powerful? Timu, Mussolini, or us? We are. That's who we are. And don't ever forget it. If somebody, as far as eggs go, get a chicken and a rooster. Or don't eat eggs. There's more protein in beans than there are eggs. So just so you know. Beans have more nutritional value than eggs, without the cholesterol that damages your body. So I'm just telling you, it's time to step up. What we're going to do. Call your congressman today. Let me see. Let's see. Here's the number. Whoops. 202-224-3121. And that's the Hart Senate Office Building. I've called my senators. Have you? And mine's a bleeding red Republican. But I was calm when I talked to him, to his staff. And I said, there's not a lot of things I agree with, but surely we can agree that someone that wasn't elected, does not have an authorized department, does not have the clearance to hire someone that goes into our Treasury system, our Social Security system, our Medicare and Medicaid. Surely we can agree that's illegal and the greatest data breach of American history. And he's posting the results on X. So basically, he's doxing our finances. And Michael Flynn is helping him because Musk is reposting Michael Flynn's data, our data, from Lutheran. Lutheran's my medical group. Lutheran's my hospital. And of course, they're a nonprofit. Well, he's all up in their files and how many grants and financial aid or whatever he gets. And USAID, what in the world? Oh, and that thing about condoms is a lie. It's a lie. There's not $50 million buying condoms from Gaza. It's bull. It's a lie, people. I'm telling you, it's time to step up. Call your senators, express your needs, and if these tariffs go into effect, or even now that there's corporate greed and they've raised the prices of everything, don't buy it. I could tell you who don't raise their prices on whims like that, and that's Aldi's. Aldi's don't play that game. And Costco refused to not consider diversity in their hiring. Costco told them to shove it. Yay. If I had a reason to get a membership at Costco, I would, but I don't. I don't buy things in bulk. But if you do, consider that. So, just here to say, we have the power, not these guys. Oops, wrong finger. That everything's reversed. This guy, and certainly not that guy. Who's got the smaller one? He does. The next biggest, if you want to even call that big, is China. But who's got the most power? The American consumer. And don't forget it, you have the power, we have the power, and we don't usurp our power like Congress is doing on the Republican side. We don't give our power up. And for the 15 million fellow Democrats that decided to sit this out, up yours. Up yours. And for the people that believed the orange Mussolini when he said, "Oh, I'm here to help you." How's that going for you? How's that going for you now? Because in 2 years, you get another chance to make the Congress and the Senate and the House Democrat again and get your life back. But we can't do it without, solid. We need 60 solid Democrats in the Senate, and we need, at least 250 in the House. And everybody's up for election again in the House. That's every 2 years. So we need to change this dynamic. If you ever thought you could run for office, do it. Run for office. Flood the zone. And as far as gerrymandering goes, I'm going to tell you this one time. If you're looking for a place to live, move into a blood red district. Water down their votes. Look at the maps. Look at whose district's what. What's the most heavy district in red that they have? And move into it. And vote from it. And water down their vote. Water down their gerrymandering. That's how you beat that. You move into their zone. Still in your city, still in your district, still in your area. Move into a place that's just, right now, I live in blood red district. And I vote Democrat every time. And look at the votes the people actually got. Look how many votes, like in my case, look how many votes that Todd Young got, or how many votes that Jim Banks got for the whole state, because Senate race is the whole state. And look at the districts that voted mostly for them. Move into there and water it down, if you can swing it. But I am intentionally, well, Indiana's a red state anyway, but Allen County is a Democratic hold. Even though we have a Democratic mayor, the city council is majority Republican. But at least the Republicans here haven't lost their mind because they know where the money comes from. And really, that's the Democrats and the grants and the infrastructure projects and everything else that they get to brag about that they had nothing to do with. Same thing about the Republicans in Congress. Bragging about, oh, I got a new bridge coming. Thank you for the road. The road, aren't the roads great? I'm so glad I could help out. They didn't vote for any of it. Not one Republican voted for the infrastructure project. Not one. So I'm going to circle back around and say we have the power to decide if this, to have a president that every single, birthright citizenship, please. He's going to abolish birthright citizenship? He can't. It's in the Constitution. It takes 38 states to ratify a change to the Constitution. For example, the Equal Rights Amendment. It has to be done in a timely manner. There has to be a 3/4 majority of Congress to vote for that. And then 38 states after that to ratify it by 3/4 of the vote. It usually goes to a public vote. But see, that ain't going to happen. And y'all need to wake up and know what's impossible. It's impossible. He's barking orders and throwing out this and this EO and this memo and this directive. That's all illegal. He has no authority to do it. Because Congress appropriates funds. And once it's appropriated and it's in the budget and it's allocated for, and it's, sometimes they pay out monthly, quarterly, fiscal year, whatever, however it is in that act. He can't say don't pay. He cannot say don't pay. No president can say stop money on that for domestic funding allocations, whether it's grants, your Social Security checks, or anything. It's illegal. And he knows we too am poor to fight it on our own because, they gave the 1% all the power, all the breaks, all the money. And he's trying to cut our money down. Stop it. Stop it. Make them poor. Make them starve. Cut their health care. Oh, and by the way, y'all know my friend Patty. She's in end-stage heart failure. She had 24-hour care given her to stay there and monitor her and help her through the night and all during the day to help, because she can't clean her house. She can't vacuum. She's dying. Mike Braun gets elected for governor here in Indiana. What's the first thing he does? He tells people don't advertise what the Medicaid offers anymore. Because $1 billion disappeared from the Medicaid budget. And Todd Rokita, our Republican Attorney General, says it would cost Indiana taxpayers too much to investigate where that $1 billion went. I bet it don't cost $1 billion. I bet if he looked in his bank account, he's probably got some of it. That's just my opinion. So things are happening, people. I got $1 billion missing from the Medicaid budget for caregivers, or Medicaid waiver program that allows for meals and caregivers and what have you. But that money went missing. $1 billion was allocated for that. Where is it? I can't get into the food stamp portal here in Indiana. It keeps saying internal server error, internal server error. Can't get into it. So, still, after a court order saying you can't do that, it's still done. It's still being done. They're still freezing out VA payments. After a court has told them you can't do that, they're still doing it. They're still in there. This is an economic coup. And it's being done by the top 1% that the Republicans gave all the money to, all the tax credit. Elon Musk has not got a security clearance for any of it. He is also a big conflict of interest because he is a government contractor. What other government contractor would get access to the Treasury pay system? Nobody. As a matter of fact, the cabinet position, the OMB guy, don't even have access to the Treasury payout system. The Treasury department head doesn't have access to get into the payout system. This is absolutely outrageous. And if it doesn't make you angry, if you think that's cool because he's owning those libs, wait till you have to take care of your grandma now because she don't have no caregivers. Wait till you have to move in with her, or she has to move into you. See, Patty can't even go to a skilled nursing system because she has a central line that's delivering milrinone to her. Skilled nursing facilities can't manage milrinone. You have to change that bag every day. It is like something no nurse wants to mess with, because one mistake and you are like in jail. Skilled nursing homes won't do it. Assisted living won't do it. The only choice is for her to be at home with caregivers because her family is in Florida. Her sister, unfortunately, is 79 years old and she has dementia. She's very ill with Crohn's. Lots going on. She couldn't be her power of attorney. That's why I'm her power of attorney, because I'm local. I know the system here, and I can help her. But wait till it's your turn, and they cut Patty's caregiving hours from 24 hours a day, and then Pathways took over the Medicaid system here. And when all her information pulled over, they only gave her 40 hours a week of caregiver care. And then when the doctor put in to request 20 more hours at least, they came back with a letter. It said, came back with a letter that said, guess what? We're only giving you, we saw you requesting an extra 20, but we're going to cut all your shiznit down to 14 hours a week. You get 7 hours a week for home and community. You get 7 hours a week for personal care. A week. She's dying, end-stage heart failure. And nobody else can take her. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is since Mike Braun has been in office and since Trump is like going after Medicaid. You don't know Patty. You might not think her life's worth a damn to you. Matters to me. She got no family that can come here and take care of her. She has a cousin that lives here, but he's broken too. About to go in for hip surgery. He needs a GPS to get to the daggone gas station, and I'm not exaggerating. So I'm just saying, it is more serious down here at the grassroots level, in the home, regardless of whether you're Republican, Democrat, whatever. Doesn't matter. And if you think your vote was cool because he's owning the libs, bite my ass.